addressing the world's most pressing international issues. Good morning, everyone. Today, I stand before you to speak about some of the most important international issues that our world is facing today. In a time when nations are more connected than ever before, challenges faced by one country often affect many others. Whether it's climate change, armed conflicts, poverty, pandemics, or the refugee crisis, these issues cross borders and require global cooperation. Let's begin with one of the most critical concerns of our time. 1. Climate change. Climate change is not a future problem, it is a present danger. Rising global temperatures are causing melting glaciers, rising sea levels, more frequent wildfires, floods, and droughts. These environmental shifts threaten food security, water supplies, and even human survival. Global efforts like the Paris Agreement aim to limit global warming, but progress has been slow. We need nations to take stronger steps, invest in renewable energy, reduce carbon emissions, and shift to sustainable living. This is not just a job for governments, but for individuals too. Small actions like reducing waste, saving energy, and planting trees can make a big difference when done collectively. 2. War and conflict. From Ukraine to Gaza to Sudan, armed conflicts continue to destroy lives and communities. War causes death, displacement, and deep economic and social damage. It also disrupts global peace and stability. Conflicts often arise from political disagreements, ethnic tensions, or religious divisions. International bodies like the United Nations work toward peace, but they often face limitations. Diplomacy, dialogue, and mutual respect must replace violence. As citizens, we must support leaders and policies that promote peace and avoid the politics of hate and division. 3. Poverty and economic inequality. Even in the 21st century, millions of people live in extreme poverty. Many don't have access to basic needs like clean water, food, education, or healthcare. Meanwhile, the gap between the rich and the poor continues to grow. Poverty leads to other problems too: poor health, lack of education, and social unrest. The international community needs to invest in development, education, and job creation. Richer nations must support poorer ones not just through charity, but through fair trade and economic cooperation. 4. Health and pandemics. The COVID-19 pandemic reminded us that diseases don't need visas or passports. A virus in one country can quickly become a global emergency. It also showed us how health systems in many countries are weak and underprepared. Going forward, the world must invest in stronger healthcare systems, better research, and more global cooperation. Sharing vaccines, medicines, and knowledge should not be driven by profit alone, but by the spirit of humanity. 5. Migration and refugees. Due to war, poverty, and climate change, millions of people are forced to leave their homes. Today, over 100 million people are displaced globally, the highest number ever recorded. These refugees face dangerous journeys, discrimination, and uncertainty. While some countries have welcomed them with compassion, others have built walls, literally and emotionally. We need to find a balance between protecting borders and protecting human rights. Refugees are not threats, they are victims in search of hope and dignity. 6. Cybersecurity and technology. Technology connects us, but it also creates new challenges. Cyber attacks, data theft, and misinformation are major threats today. Elections can be manipulated, personal privacy can be invaded, and fake news can spark violence. Nations need better cyber laws, stronger security systems, and public awareness. At the same time, we must ensure that digital progress doesn't increase inequality. Everyone deserves access to the internet and digital education regardless of geography or income. 7. Human rights violations. Around the world, many people still face discrimination based on gender, race, religion, or political beliefs. In some places, women and girls are denied education, journalists are jailed, and minorities are persecuted. Respect for human rights is not a Western or Eastern value, it is a universal one. We must support freedom, justice, and equality everywhere. Silence in the face of injustice is also a form of injustice. Conclusion. The challenges I've mentioned today are big, but not unbeatable. They remind us that we are all part of one global family. What happens in one part of the world affects the rest. So, we must move forward together with cooperation, compassion, and commitment. Let us educate ourselves, raise our voices, and take action where we can. Because change begins with awareness, and awareness begins with conversations like these. Thank you.